Good morning, Northeast Ohio, on this brisk, chilly morning. Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's rough on an older dude who got asthma and chilly morning. It is. It's hard on me. You get your chest is tight and shit when you come out. So I come out here and I kind of just pace back and forth, come out in my garage, get my body warmed up and loosened up, do something. Instead of laying in fucking bed all damn day and sleeping until fucking 9 or 10 or something. I just can't do that. I like getting up in the morning, man. I like getting up and training, you know. Or go out hunting or something. Be on top of fucking shit. You know, I don't mind taking a nap in the afternoon if I need one, if I get tired out. I'm cool with that. You know, if you can afford such a luxury. I sometimes do that. Because I take medication to slow my heart down, and it does tire me out. But, wow. It's a nice, beautiful morning, man. I was out there. I'm going to go outside here and I'll show you the moon and star again. It's out there again, too. The Venus and the quarter moon. Eighth moon or whatever. Pretty cool. Venus is up higher than it. There you go. It's not too bad out here. There it looks like the whole thing. Let me put it on 3 times to see what it does. Oh wow. Holy shit. That's pretty cool. Turns them into spears, so there it focused. Somewhat. I'll put it back down to, let's put it on 1.5. Oh, that's kind of cool too. I'll put it back on number 1. That's where it seemed to look the best. Oops, that's 3. There it is, 1. Oh yeah, man, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of stars out this morning. I don't know. Can't really see them. Wow. All right. And get back on the one of the topics I was going to talk about. You know, I wanted to talk about, like, you know, you want to learn how to do, like, some close quarter combat. You want to learn something like Filipino martial arts, Chinese Kempo, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. They're all good. You know, people ask me which one's the best. Personally, for all the different diversity of technique that you would get in one art, where you're learning stuff like wrist locks, you're learning weapons, you're learning how to punch and kick. You use your elbows and knees and just everything you got. And headbutt people. And it has grappling in it. Wrestling. A pretty aggressive, violent form of wrestling, I might add. I think the Filipino martial arts is probably the best for you because you're going to get the whole deal with that. And you can study bits and pieces of other arts, which is largely what I'd done. I've studied weapons arts, and then I studied hand-to-hand arts, you know. I studied Aikido and Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, various different forms of Jiu-Jitsu. And Chinese Kempo is my base, largely is my base art. And, excuse me. Damn asthma bothers me in the cool morning. Chinese Kempo, like I said, is my base art. And it's essentially, what Chinese Kempo is, it's a lot of the Shaolin martial arts, it could be, but it's largely the combatives. It's broiled down into stuff that you know works pretty damn well when someone's trying to hurt you. You know, it's not the flowery stuff that you see like on Tai Chi, but there again, it's not really that dissimilar to what you see people that practice Tai Chi do. You know, it's just the attitude of what I do is more for the real world, is something if someone's going to hurt you. Because if you go back to what is the basis of our style of Chinese Kempo, of what my teacher probably learned, was he probably learned forms of Tai Chi Mantis, Wing Chun, and, you know, probably different Shuai Jiao wrestling techniques that, you know, are pretty normal in most Chinese styles. You know, when I watch him here, the traditional styles, is he just used it, took what he needed from it, so that he could defend himself. You know, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say, is he didn't do all the flowery stuff and all the forms. We didn't really practice that much, although we do them in our loosening up exercises, certainly. You know, I do all the wrist rotations and shoulder rotations and different things like that, and they certainly are very similar to Tai Chi exercises. But, and I don't know Tai Chi, you know. I kind of understand the different stuff they're talking about. I know more about Aikido and Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, and they're very similar to Tai Chi, you know, from what I'm seeing from it as I learn more and more, because I watch a lot of different high-level instructors share their different stuff. You know, yeah, most people think Tai Chi is bullshit, but it's not. You know, most people think Aikido is bullshit. It's not. It's just a watered down version of something that was very extremely violent. And it was watered down and created to teach to, you know, like a more sophisticated part of society, I guess. You know, that didn't like the violence, didn't like the gore, and all the terrible things that really would come along with learning a combative form like Aiki Jiu-Jitsu. If you watch Daituru Jiu-Jitsu and Aiki Jiu-Jitsu and what, you know, the different techniques they do, it's considerably more violent than Aikido. It's considerably more harsh. They did them things to you in reality, and that they're not just cooperating with you know, because they cooperate with one another to practice. They really did some of them things to you. They'd hurt you bad. They'd dislocate your hips, your knees, they'd get on your back and stab you, cut your, you know, it was a samurai's war art. It's a pretty brutal art compared to Aikido, which is soft and gentle and very circular and a hell of a lot of fun to practice, because it's not as, you know, just some people just don't like Daituru because it scares the shit out of them. You know, you hold someone down, chop their head off at the end of every kata in Daituru, they simulate cutting the neck. You know, if you watch the chop at the end of it, they hold the person down and then they strike the back of the neck. That's not a strike. That's supposed to representing them cutting them with their little sword. Cutting the neck right there, giving them the coup de grace, I would suppose. That's what that represents. So, you know, it's a pretty hardcore martial art. You know, it's a very, very much a combative. If you was really good at it and you studied it for years and years, oh my God, the combatives that you could create from it. You know, they wouldn't be, you know, the katas are kind of complicated and very sophisticated and cool to watch, but if someone were to really just to create very, very direct combatives from it, it would just be, you get smashed on the ground and knees dropped on your neck and face or throat, and they punch you over and over again. It just, you know, it'd be nasty. just like a real fight. You watch MMA or something, it'd look a lot like that, you know. Or if they had to take a knife from someone, they'd probably snap their wrist, break their arm, dislocate it badly, and they'd probably beat them over and over again, hit them until they got the knife away from them. Because they have really good strikes in that form of jiu-jitsu. Supposedly the founder of Daituru, he went to China and Okinawa and went to them places, and he studied Kempo. He studied the striking arts of Kempo and mixed them with his jiu-jitsu, which, you know, that seems like a pretty damn wise thing to do. He was smart. And he did. He kicked a lot of people's asses and shit. You know, in his time when he was young, I mean, he was still teaching martial arts. I think he was damn near 90 when he died. And he was still teaching martial arts because he died on a train going to a seminar to teach. You know? And I know there's a thing about the kid that choked him out, used a collar choke, so they supposedly took him down, choked him out. Yeah, I don't know. You know, the dude was like probably in his 80s when that happened. So, you know, and the old man probably did not stab him as they fell, I would imagine, or was he putting him on the choke? Because the old man probably had a change of heart from the olden days. Because in the olden days, that kid would have fucking got a tanto probably many a times. But I mean, you know, it was a different era. I think this happened in the 40s. The Judaka choked Sakaka out with a collar choke. I'm not exactly certain what technique he did. I'd have to go back and read the account again, but I believe that's what happened. But, you know, hey, man, dude, good, you know, you're fucking fighting 20-year-olds when you're fucking 80 years old. Or I think the dude may even been a teenager yet. He was a Judaka. He was a really good Judaka. And he fucking choked out an old man. You know, an old man that probably did not stab him to death because of the changing times, and it wouldn't be a proper thing to do in the 1940s. Japan become more of a westernized type, more civil nation, and you know, and that probably wouldn't be the proper thing to do in a match, anyways, like in that kind of context. But that's what the samurai. You know, the guy had knives and shit on him because there's all kinds of accounts of the dude. He took a knife and he'd always keep it near his belly. He'd wrap it in some kind of cloth or something. He'd put it in his belly, because I read accounts of people that, because the Japanese like to take steam baths and baths together and do public baths. Well, there were lots of accounts about how Sakaka's stomach was cut from his knife his belly knife that he always kept there. You know, so I would imagine even in that circumstance, when he was practicing with that Judaka, excuse me, I got to catch my breath. It sucks having asthma. I imagine he probably still had that knife. And I believe if you read in the accounts, the person the Judaka that choked him out said that Sakaka had this uncanny grin on his face while the whole time it was going on. So he may have not even been passed out. He may have been faking it and had his hand on his knife the whole time. You don't know. I wasn't there. You know, that's just what I was thinking, because, you know, I've studied them samurai arts for a long time, and I know how the motherfuckers think. You know, they're pretty freaking badass. They definitely were good fighters, and they thought very, very tactically. And if you read what they think, it's out there. There's Miyamoto Musashi's Book of Five Rings. Read that, and you tell me how a dude like that thinks. And Sakaka, you don't think he read that stuff and studied it, or had someone read it to him? Because Sakaka couldn't read or write. You know, so, but I bet he had people read it to him. or he knew of some of it. I almost guarantee he did, because that dude was like a folk hero to dudes like that. He'd been like Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris was to us Americans, and other people too. But because Miyamoto Musashi, he was from like, 400 or 500 years before Sakaka. I think Miyamoto Musashi was from like the 16th century or something. I don't know. I don't know exact dates on shit, but I know that the period of time between when the two lived was a lot different. So, that dude was probably one of his heroes growing up, because, you hear about him, and there's all kinds of different swordsmen that were pretty badass, and there's stories about them. Oh, crap. Well, I think I'm going to call this short here, and I got to get ready to go to the doctor and all that crap. Get my asthma medicine. I got to take my mom to the doctor, too, because she's getting a checkup, so I'm going to make this a short one today and start getting ready to get my day going, and then hopefully if I don't get too tired out doing all that, maybe I'll come back here and try to set up some stuff up in here for my bags. Or I might go work on that room where I'm going to set up my music stuff for when it gets too cold. Or I'll make a little exercise room that I can work out and shit in, warm it up nice, so I can at least do my cardio exercise, because I got a little bike and stuff. I can do that, and hopefully I can I'll probably end up to make it getting a thing to do cardio, continue with my cardio rehab, because I graduated that the other day, and they give me a shirt. It's pretty cool. See if I can hold it out here. Ha! Hell, I could just put it down. Be fucking smart for once. I could put it on Bob. Bob's got all that fucking shit all over him. But there we go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. They give you a shirt. I enjoyed it. I always do like doing them machines and stuff. And that's about all I can really do is the machines. And I try to do it inside and warm. I mean, I come out here in my garage. It's cold as hell outside. I couldn't do it, but it's a little bit warmer in here in the garage. I come out here and I have my coffee. Brought my stuff out. I can have a cup of regular coffee, and then after that I got to have decaf, because if you drink too much caffeine, of course, it's going to mess with the medicine that helps keep my heart going slow. Probably because I drank too damn much coffee. Maybe I used to drink a lot of this shit. I love it, but so I drink more decaf now, but I still drink 1, maybe 2 cups in the morning, and then maybe of regular coffee, and then maybe I might have 1 or 2 in the evenings, or maybe I might have decaf, but I like the regular ones, because it, if you start feeling tired in your head and stuff, it helps your mind. But I don't want to drink too much of it, because it'll interfere with my medicine. So when I do have my caffeinated coffee, I try to take it when I took my medicine, and then I just got to, be disciplined and don't have very much. Don't be having no 3-4 fucking cups of coffee, of caffeinated, because it ain't good. You have 1's okay, 2, no more. And that's kind of what I was told and stuff. You can't be drinking the whole damn pot, which I do. Which that's what I do. I drink the whole damn pot and put another one on. A lot of people do. A lot of people are like that. I like coffee because it keeps you going, keeps you alert, and you can get shit done. And if you're an asthmatic, you really like coffee. Coffee is your friend, you know? Ain't nothing like a fucking, when you're feeling all fucking raspy and slurpy and you know, other asthmatics know what I'm talking about. And you have a black cup of coffee and, oh boy, I feel a lot better for some reason, you know, because it helps. Northeast Ohio, or whatever, whoever the hell sees this, I'm out of here. All right, remember, what's that, all that shit you gotta say? Oh, thumbs up, fucking subscribe, whatever, man. I hope somebody does, but I don't know why anybody would want to watch this shit, but hey, man, if you do, thank you, because you're helping out a fucking dude that's, you know, don't really got a lot of options available to him at the moment for employment, and I can't, you know, I have a considerable difficulty working, and almost all the work I've done hard physical labor all my life, and I enjoy doing that work very much, but at this point in my life, I'm going to have to switch over to doing other things. You know, I'm going to have to find something else. Maybe this YouTube thing will work out. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Have a good morning.